Thanks for coming by. Welcome to the channel. Today we're installing the Westin skid plate for the oil pan. It is more of a bash plate than a skid plate. We'll get this open and throw it on. Should be pretty quick and easy. Packaged pretty well. Lots of foam. A big piece of metal. All our parts here. Some directions. Things to make you want to buy more things. Bolts and connectors. I mean, it's just you're bolting a piece of metal to a piece of metal. It's pretty straightforward. We'll get right to it here. Tools needed, looks like the usual. Some sockets, 18, 13, 17, torque wrench and a ratchet. And we're down under the front of the Jeep here. The reason we're throwing this on is because this is your oil pan, and it is very exposed to just getting a rock mashed into it, and then your engine runs out of oil. So we're gonna put a skid that runs down here and has a piece of metal to hit before it hits that. It'll also end up covering a bit of the front of the transmission here, that transmission line. So it just gives a little bit of peace of mind if you're going over big rocks that you're not gonna have one bash up into this and put a hole into it. We just gotta take some bolts out and put some bolts in. While we're down here, we're gonna do a bit of cleaning. Once the skid plate is on, we're not gonna be able to really get back into this. So we'll give it a clean right now. Good enough. So we're up here at the front of the transfer case skid. Gonna pop these bolts out. And then we'll take the bolts out of this frame here and one more right here. All right, push this clip into the round hole. Oh man, with gloves on. There we go. We got our washer and lock washer. We'll take the shorter of the two arms. Of course, there's a control arm right in the way. That's gonna be a complete pain to get to and tighten later. We're back under the transfer case skid plate here. We're gonna take the end of this guy and jam it up under there. Oh, maybe come back out. Gonna put a bolt there to kind of keep that in place. Go. Oh, get that up. There it goes. Good enough to kind of hold it for a second. Gonna put a bolt into one of these front ones so I don't have to hold this up anymore. Oh, there we go. That's a lot easier. We'll get our skid plate bar back on here. Yep, we'll put that back in the, yeah. Oh, that's the one that's broken. Just tight enough to have that come hit me in the face. So my nut broke off. I'm gonna try and hold it still while I screw this in. sorta. Let's see if we can make this. Yeah, that works. Definitely gave me some torque values, but I can't get to that with a torque wrench anyway, so. Good enough. Get our other side tight here. Oh, my neck's starting to cramp. Get the other front one in. Oh, goodness. Get our other front one in place here. Just tight enough I can sort of move it around and figure out where it actually goes. Tighten this some more by hand. Maybe we can fit this ratchet in here then. Oh, it's about all that. Oh, man. Need some extra shallow. Yep, that control arm. Keep you that way. Oh, maybe, yeah. 20 minutes later of me doing this nice and slow. 30 to 35 foot-pounds, but there's no way I'm getting a torque wrench in there. Just kind of tighten this till it stops tightening. Click, click. Yeah, click, click. Got one more bolt to get this back together. All that good, we'll get these tightened and we're done. Good and tight. All right, last piece is to install our oil pan, or oil change cover. Oh, hey. I'm excited for these to rust out and not ever come out again. Yes, I know that's not the way you're supposed to do that. Oh, this one isn't going to let me cheat, is it? Yeah, there it went. There we go, everything's installed. We got our oil pan covered up now. Transmission lines are a little more safe. You don't necessarily need this for your adventures, but it'll help make sure you can drive home. Now get out there and see the skid plate.